Man United. On the weekend, losing 2-1 to Nottingham Forest in the most Man United way possible, allowing Anthony Elanga to have a good game and get an assist, even though he's my boy. Big up Anthony if you ever see this. Well played. But you hurt me, man. That hurt me bad. So yeah, they get beat. You got Sir Brailsford in the stands, sitting next to Fergie, just wondering what's going on. You got the players on the pitch wondering what's going on. And at this point, I'm probably thinking Ten Hag is wondering what's going on because he clearly don't know what he's doing. Taking off Mainu for McTominay as a tactical change, which then leads to both Nottingham Forest's 2 goals. The forwards stinking up the gaff as per usual, and the midfield unbalanced as per usual. But we already know about the performance. We know what Man United are, so we don't really want to get into that too deeply. But what I want to ask you guys is what, now that January is here, obviously you got the transfer window, everything's open, all of that jazz. What should Man United do, and specifically Ineos and Sir Jim, talking about Ineos, it's Sir Jim in wearing that Mercedes Ineos shirt. I'm joking, by the way. We'll see if they're good enough or not. But what should Man United do and Ineos do about Ten Hag? Should they sack him? For one, should they sack him? Not just now.
They're in a weird position because if they sack him, then you're almost repeating history all over again. It's okay. You're not quite getting what you want over a 2-year period. So, just hire and fire. And that's what I associate with Chelsea. And I think Man United are kind of on that same route. If you really want a project, and I dare I say it, the facing of Arsenal, like, you guys need to stick with someone for a good 3-4 years, regardless of what happens. But unfortunately, because Man United is such a massive institution, there's almost a certain quota you at least need to be hitting. And Ten Hag's not hitting that at the moment. And because there's even a lack of, there's problems up and down the club, all the fingers are pointing towards Ten Hag. But I still think you need to give a manager even more time to fail. And I think at Manchester United, the first failure, sack him straight away. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like you're kind of doomed if you do, doomed if you don't. If you get rid of him, people are going to say you didn't give him enough time. If you don't get rid of him, it's like you're driving the club into the ground. He's digging his own grave because of the results week in, week out. So I'm not going to lie. Whatever you man do, you man are done. I'm not going to lie. You man are done either way. So
the thing is, KJ, yeah. Listen, Mons, I get what you're saying about like the Arsenal thing and that, the whole process thing and that. But that's a completely different situation, yeah. Because with Arteta, when he came in, he had a lot of players to get rid of, first of all, yeah. And even with those players, you could clearly see that there was something happening on the pitch. It's just that these men couldn't do what he wanted them to do. Mustafi, he had Leno in goal, he had David Luiz and that.
They had a back five, bro. They had a back five. It wasn't clear. He played back five.
Yeah, but that's my point though. He had to use that back five to try and get something out of these crap players. But you could clearly see that there was a style that he was trying to implement. With Ten Hag, it's the complete opposite. And right now, United fans, they haven't got anything to believe in, bro. Like, how do you expect them to believe in a process when the guy's making basic amateur decisions week after week? 1 week is starting this guy, 1 week is playing this guy out of position, 1 week is, tactics and all of these things. So right now, the fan base, the United fan base, they haven't got the confidence in Ten Hag or the trust in Ten Hag, yeah, for him to warrant staying any longer, right? I know, obviously, with United, they sack managers and the same thing happens because of the Glazers. But end of the day, Ten Hag is still a problem that needs to be you need to get rid of that problem. Do you know what I'm saying? You need to get rid of that problem, bro.
Yeah, but if you look at Arsenal, you look at that first season, Arsenal at least had the FA Cup, and you could say Ten Hag had the Carabao Cup, and they both, okay, fair enough. Arteta, I believe, finished 8th in his first season, and then Ten Hag finished 3rd. With Man United, of course, clearly they've gone backwards, but Arteta's team were worse off in their second season than what Ten Hag is doing right now. There are very few positives at Manchester United. One of them is that they're lucky that the standard of the Premier League right now is very jaded. So as you can see, 3 points separate 1st and 5th. So if let's just say Manchester United actually had won just probably 2 or 3 more of the home games that they probably should have won normally, they'd be in amongst they'd be where Tottenham are. They'd actually be where Tottenham are if they literally just won a few. And I'm not trying to do the if buts or maybes, but the Premier League quality, no one is far and beyond at the moment. No one in this league looks convincing. So that is the only reason why for Ten Hag, I think there is still a way back. If anyone in the top 7 go on a run of games. Let's say 4 wins on the bounce. You are either in the that's a gateway to the top 4 or even the top 2, top 3, because everyone's dropping points to everyone at the moment. Maybe not so much Arsenal and Liverpool so far, but you can see that everyone has ups and downs. So I think that if there was like a clear top 4 and it was a massive separation, I'd say, yeah, get them out. But I still think there's time. And I think it maybe because I'm not a Man United fan, so I'm probably saying this, but
that's why.
When Mount, Casemiro, Martinez, and these men are all back, I'm more curious to see how much if we're still seeing these performances when all of these guys are back, then there's nothing more I can say even as a rival fan.
Yeah, but Monzo, this is look, everyone deals with injuries. Every single team here has had injuries to deal with. Yeah, look at Ange. He's managed that situation well. They're only 1 point behind Arsenal with all of those injuries, right? Yeah. What United fans kept telling me is, oh, wait for Luke Shaw to come back. He came back and they still kept losing games. Wait for this guy to come back. When Casemiro's there, you're talking about Casemiro. When he was there, what all Staffy's saying? Sell him to Saudi. Sell him to Saudi. He's a big problem. But now you're saying that they need him back. Right, and none of our teams, yeah, ever have a full squad right now. United right now, they never have a full squad. We never have a full squad. Spurs never have a full squad. So for you to give this guy time because of injuries is a cop out, bro. That's not good enough. It's not good enough
because of injuries. That's just the reason. I'm saying that I said the standard of the Premier League at the moment, it is still possible to get back where you need to be just by winning 3 games. But Mons, do you know why I can't really hear that with United, yeah? Because even when they beat us, yeah, you went and lost the next game, didn't you, KJ? After you went and beat us, yeah. When they came back from Aston Villa the other day, right? Good performance in the second half, and they lost their next game. So where is the consistency of United? They haven't got any consistency. They haven't shown any level of consistency for you to think, oh, if they get a run of wins, this can happen. Because their wins this season, bro, have been moments. Look at Fulham. They scored in the last minute with Bruno. Look at Sheffield. When they played Brentford.
Was it Sheffield when Dallo scored that banger? Yeah. You lot have gotten away. And Brentford. Yeah. These lot have gotten away with how they've won the games, right? That is not a sustainable way to keep winning. It's not like they're playing well and then they're grafting out results, yeah? They've literally been depending on moments, bro. From time Luton have more goals than Man United.
Yeah, it's a poor.
Where can you be talking about consistency, bro?
Yeah, it's a poor indictment. And Nobby, I want to come to you because your team's a well-run club. Like, do you? Okay, so say in your Saxon Haag in Jan, who would you think to bring into this role of interim manager? Because I don't think any manager that you would want as a long-term solution is available in Jan. Like long term. So who do you think would be a good enough manager to come in and just steady the ship, not make us fall down any further than we are, and just go and just build from there?
It's a bit of a cop-out answer. I have no idea. I don't know if such a manager exists. I don't think it's helpful to sack him and just bring in an interim for a few months. I don't know what the end goal would be there. I think that Ten Hag, there are a lot of issues there, but I don't have sympathy for him, but he has been given too much power and responsibility too quickly. That goes in terms of like the transfer strategy. That also goes in terms of like on-pitch decisions, such as, why did you play Johnny Evans over Varane? Oh, tactical reasons. Why have you taken Mainoo off for Scott McTominay? Oh, tactical reasons. I don't know who the assistant manager is at Manchester United off the top of my head, but it doesn't seem like there are enough checks and balances for Ten Hag. And he's sort of like suffering as a consequence, but by his own making. But at the same time, the whole, a club is structured to not give one man so much power. These aren't the days of Sir Alex Ferguson, where you did give him all that power and responsibility, but he was so good as a manager to do it. United have given Ten Hag the Fergie treatment, and it's come to bite them in the bum. As I say, there is no proper checks or balances there. I don't actually think he's good. Good from a long-term perspective. I don't think he's good enough, because if you're saying that, oh yeah, this is tactical, then that tells me that you are a bit out of your depth. But he clearly needs some help. As I say, I don't know who the assistant manager is. I don't know who are his helpers at United, but it's pretty obvious that he, as I say, he's in over his head, and I don't know. It's a shame for United because there isn't anyone for them to bring in. If there was, if the perfect manager was there, like if a Pep Guardiola or a Jurgen Klopp was just there, and you can bring him in, then that's a different conversation ultimately. But I don't know actually who would be available. It seems to me you need to sort out a lot of other stuff before just. It's not going to be as simple as just get rid of the manager and all the problems will be sorted.
Yeah. No, I believe that. I do think the likes of the CEO that we want to bring in needs to come in. The likes of a new football director, sporting director. All the structure does need to be fixed. But it's how long does the club persist with him being there just to keep some stability when the stability is rocky anyway with him there.
Yeah,
So
I think at least this season, I think you've got to give him at least the rest of this season, and then obviously it depends on what like the background structure happens. You know, maybe Ineos come in and maybe you have a conversation with Ten Hag and you go, right, you said, you know, initially in your interview, you said you were going to play Ajax football. Then you come out in public saying, no, we're not going to play that football. What's the deal? So then maybe have that conversation in the summer. And if Ten Hag goes, right, yeah, sorry about that, we are going to play Ajax football now. Or if he goes, no, actually we can't, then I think you have the conversation of, right, well, what's the point of you being here?
Do you know what, KJ? What you guys need as well, just to add to that, yeah, like United you lot are well known for not being able to get rid of your players, and even if you do, it's like meaty prices. How much did you get for Zidane Iqbal? About $1 million, yeah, from Utrecht.
Yeah.
You got $1 million for him, yeah, your youth team player, right? And you got Liverpool getting 25 million for Solanke, and obviously you know how we flip players, right? But you need them to come in and in the summer to just start clearing out, and starting again. Because as much as I think Ten Hag is a problem, your current players are also a problem as well. There's a lot of players right now. Anthony, this guy has to be the worst signing in the Prem, man. Honestly, I didn't think I'd see anyone worse than Lukaku, yeah. But this guy is worse, bro. He has to be the worst signing that I've seen in the Prem, yeah. To come in for the money that he did and to score one goal he scored this year?
Nope.
He hasn't scored a goal.
I don't think
it's three goals is scored this calendar year, right?
He's done that little. I do not remember what he's done at all. Like honestly,
yeah,
I don't remember. The only goal I can remember from this year, or the last year in 2023, was against Barcelona. Other than that, I don't remember any goals.
And against Arsenal as well, he scored in his debut.
Yeah, but that was in 2022.
That was last year, isn't it? Yeah, before 2 years ago now. 2 years ago now. Yeah. Yeah, man. So like, you lot need a massive clear out. As much as I think you need a new manager, you do need a clear out in the summer, man.
We do need a lot of things. I saw before we move on to the next section. This question. Listen, so if I said to you, look, Man United sack Ten Hag, and then our options are the likes of Ruud van Nistelrooy, ex-player, he managed PSV, won a couple of trophies, come in and do something. Robin van Persie is looking to become a coach. Do you give him experience? You got Laurent Blanc, who's an old experienced manager. You've got Graham Potter, who's obviously Premier League experience to come in and do any of these names, like you got Conte, would he even take an interim role basis at a club like Man United? Do any of these names that you hear, do any of them fill you with any kind of, that would actually be a good idea to bring?
Kate, sell Conte to us. Kate,
I think Conte's perfect for you. I honestly do. I think you should bring Conte in. I'm not even. I mean, I hope Ten Hag stays because I think he's doing a brilliant job. But if you want a manager to try and get you into the top four and win things quick, and then walk away and leave your club in the shambles, but at least you're back up there, Conte's the man to do it. So that's the only name I can think that you could bring him as sort of an interim coach.
Nope. Yeah. I can't lie. I would look at Ruud van Nistelrooy. If out of those options, probably he's the closest one I'd look at. You guys need to do a project. I can't lie. This guy, firstly, Ten Hag needs to be sacked immediately. I'm not even about all of this. Give him time. He needs to be sacked immediately. This guy is the most clueless manager I've ever seen in my life. I'm not even trying to be disrespectful.
No, do your thing, man.
At this point, bro, I have to say how it is. Anytime he comes to a game, and I said this on Hassan's channel as well, he looks like he does, the Wheel of Fortune. That's how he looks like. He spins that Wheel of Fortune right. Yeah, counter-attacking play. That's the style of play we're playing today. So what we're going to do is we're going to do that. Last year, he had Rashford as his player. So it was Rashford, inshallah. Whatever happens, happens. Now it's McTominay, inshallah. Whatever happens, if I'm in a bad spot, stick McTominay on. He'll do it for me. It doesn't matter. We saw that with Kobe Mainoo. Tactics. And then you're taking, who did he take off last time? And he said it was tactics. Was it Varane?
Varane, yeah.
and
No,
said it was
he didn't
tactics.
start. He didn't start Varane.
He didn't start Varane and said it was
Yeah.
tactics. This guy is the most clueless manager I've ever seen, and he is way out of his depth. Way out of his depth. In order to handle a team like this, coming as a manager of previous experience, you have to have handled some sort of like massive club to that stature of Man United. And I understand he was at Ajax. I understand he did this and did that, but with all due respect, he's come in here, he's handled it terribly. The fact that he's not, the way he's handled the Sancho situation is outrageous. Because even me, if I was manager, I would sit him in a room and I'd say, listen, we need to find out a way to resolve this now. Do you want to leave, or can we come up to a way where we can like put all of our arguments aside and let's just do what's best for the team? Because you need Sancho. He's the one who passes the ball around. He's the facilitator. He's able to pass it to the striker. I think you had Sancho in the team, you'd be getting more out of Højlund. So I think for me, Ten Hag has to go. I feel like you need to get somebody else in. It's just about who do you want to bring in. Do you want to go with the project route, where I'm not going to lie, you're going to have to strip a lot of the players because a
They
lot
need
of
to
the
go
players
anyway, no
don't
matter
need to
who
be
comes
there.
in. So.
Yeah, I know, but it's whether you want to do a semi-rebuild where you strip some of the players and then you get some players in to replace them, or do you want to do a full rebuild where similar to us, where we stripped everybody? It was just get rid of everybody else, get everybody new.
Yeah, people in the comment section below and in the live chat, let us know what you think. Ten Hag, should he go now?